Hey everyone, today I wanted to just take a little bit of time and go through my stash, because I have a lot of discontinued, a lot of fun, a lot of unique items that just can't be obtained anymore. Videos like this have been done before. I think in Path of Exile 2 they're called meme museums, and there are no memes here. I take discontinued items very seriously. So we're going to start with my 0.3 stash. There's a little bit of stuff here, not a whole lot. And then we will jump to my 0.1 stash, where there are a lot of fun items. Currency stash, nothing exciting here. Ritual stash, I have at least 2 of everything, and this is just in case some items get discontinued, because there are some discontinued items in my 0.1 ritual stash tab that we will get to in just a little bit. So I wanted to make sure that I have, a little bit of everything. Essence as well, a little bit of everything. Anything I don't have, I already have in standard, so I didn't bother collecting it again in 0.3. Socketables, exact same thing. If I have them in standard, I don't have them here, except for this rune. These are very expensive. They're like 30 divines a piece, I think. So getting 2 of these, that would hurt the cash pile. Delirium, absolutely nothing in here. Maps, absolutely nothing noteworthy here, except I made it to tier 7 maps. I did 1 breach, like the breach realm, and it dropped to tier 15. So for the first 3 weeks of the league, I did not touch map tiers 8 to 14. I eventually did run a couple of them for leveling other players, so just making sure that they're within level range. But to this day, at least in 0.3, I don't think I've run a single tier 11 to tier 14 map. Tablets, absolutely nothing noteworthy in here. I have some gear for my 0.1 character that I plan on using, so buying gear in 0.3 to, set another character in standard, so much cheaper. A near 900 energy shield robe with resistance, this was 2 divines. In standard, this is 40. A little bit of gear here, and just some extra uniques for my unique stash tab. And these kind of unique socketables, I don't even know if most people know these things exist. These aren't discontinued or anything. You can buy these for a couple exalts, but I just wanted, again, a little bit of everything. Oh, and in the gem stash tab, did I skip over this? Nothing noteworthy up here, but down here, almost 2 of everything. Almost. I have a couple more gems to go through. So I'm missing 6 types of gems. I have 1 of these. So working on the gem collection. I did get 1 of these for 4 divines though, which was absolutely crazy. And now we have the unique stash tab. Again, nothing super fancy in here, except for all of my foiled uniques that I got myself from opening about 300 Twilight Reliquary keys this season. Absolutely miserable doing that, by the way. The uniques that I don't own in 0.3, I own in 0.1, except for a couple of these super expensive ones. But I think I'm only missing between 5 and 10 uniques total. The junk stash tab, I always keep my starter gear in every single game. I don't know why, but I do. A little bit of rarity gear, nothing fancy, nothing special over here. I have all of my Abyss stuff in here. Again, 2 of everything at least. This is the only exceptional unique I've dropped. Not super valuable. Some old jewels. Old tablets with 18 charges. These cannot be obtained anymore. I really like these. I have this Glimpse of Chaos that I vaulted myself. If you saw that video, we went through a lot of these to have 1 survivor with 4 enchants. I think 7 is the max, but this is as far as we could take it, because our last Vol got rid of the modifier that allowed this to be Vol'd while corrupted. We have a Headhunter here that I got from a raffle. Someone in global chat was just like, guess a number. I guessed correctly, and they actually gave me a Headhunter. No plans to sell this ever, just something, add to the collection. I also kept my first endgame spear. I got this day 3 of the league and I used it for a month. This thing has slain like 800,000 enemies. So it just doesn't feel right getting rid of, you know, my old partner, you know. Nothing too fancy here. And then we go to the Ventur's Gambles, and these are just some Giga Batterings. These are worthy of collecting. No HP on this. We do have plus 16 spirit, minus 20% rarity, and then minus like 101% resistances. Wow. And then we just have another pretty bad Ventur's Gamble. Not as bad as the first. And then we just have a little bit of attribute boosting equipment. Pro tip, you should always have some rings and an amulet that boost attributes in case you ever find yourself stat locked. Just having these on hand, so valuable. And my old belt, 122% resistance. But that's it for 0.3. Again, nothing too fancy. In here, again, I pick up belts that I find, and we chance these. Barriers are nothing special. I was just planning on running these, but never got around to it, and my tablet stash tab is just kind of at capacity. And now, the good stuff. Oh, we have my 2 characters. I'm a 1 character per season type of player. I didn't play during 0.2, but here we have my 0.1 character, Luna Ebenwood. And this is where, oh, the fancy items are. Take a peek in here, and there it is. Oh, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. An incomplete broadsword. This is the Path of Exile 2 equivalent of a party hat. So rare, so valuable, so cool to have. Absolutely the highlight of my stash tab. So I'm so glad I was able to secure one of these. I don't know the going price for some of these. I know there's one player who has like 20 incomplete items listed for like 5 mirrors each. Maybe in like a year they'll be worth 5 mirrors, but who knows? Not that I would ever sell this. It's just so cool to have. Again, nothing else in here. The unique stash tab, there are some goodies in there. There's actually goodies everywhere. So let's go to the ritual stash tab. All of this stuff we have in 0.3, but if we look over here on Audience with the King, you can actually buy these. They're only like 10 chaos a piece if you want to get yourself a little piece of, you know, history. I don't see these ever coming back. I think the splinters are just a much better system. Like, there's absolutely no reason why these items should ever come back. So we have 10 of these. Again, you can just buy these for like 10 chaos a piece. We can actually, an Audience with the King, instant buyout. It looks like they did go up just a little bit, but still pretty cheap if you want to get your hands on a little piece of something that might never come back. And then we have some old omens, and these might return in the future, so these are not like guaranteed, you know, discontinued forever or anything. Omen of Sinistral Coronation. Your next Regal Orb will add only prefix mods, will add only suffix mods. Your next alchemy will result in the maximum number of prefix mods, the maximum number of suffix mods, and your next orb of annulment will remove 2 modifiers. And it looks like there's a gap here, and there is. However, there is nothing that goes in here. There are no other discontinued ritual items to fill this gap. It's just a space. Essence tab, nothing discontinued, nothing fancy in here. Socketables, again, nothing fancy, nothing discontinued in here. Gems, nothing in here. In 0.1, I made, I think, one of everything. Don't know why. I just had so many gems and nothing to do with them. This is a little cluttered. Delirium, 10 simulacrums. Again, I don't see these ever coming back. There's absolutely no reason for the 2. So we have 10 of these, and then I just have some 0.1 maps with quant and rarity on them. So nothing super fancy here, but some maps there. In here, just some unmodified maps, quant rarity maps, 550%, Waystone drop chance maps. These are for like citadels. We have the 600 plus percenters over here, and my personal highest, 685%. It goes higher. This is the highest that I was able to create. Delirium, these just didn't hit. So like I evolved them and it just destroyed the modifiers, so no quant, no rarity. We have rarity and delirium, and quant, rarity, and delirium. So pretty unique maps. I don't think you can get quant and rarity on maps anymore. Maybe you can. Tablets, nothing fancy in here. Again, just 2 sets of everything. And now, the unique stash tab. Let's see, where do we start? I guess we'll just start over here. Melting Maelstrom. Recover all mana when used. These are OG. You can't get these anymore. So these are super valuable. Olroth's Resolve. I don't think they changed this. Or maybe they did. I have no idea. This is OG. Amulets. I don't think there's anything noteworthy in here, but when we go to rings, the only noteworthy ring we have is an OG Dream Fragments, 24% increased maximum mana, uncorrupted. All of my uniques are uncorrupted unless they absolutely have to have a corruption to exist. So an uncorrupted Dream Fragments, that's about 200 diviners. Nothing else in here of value. Wand, mace, bow tab. Don't think there's any value in here. We had an OG headhunter. You know, when you kill a rare monster, you gain its modifiers for 20 seconds. But they made all of them 60 seconds, unfortunately. No old OG headhunters. Absolutely heartbreaking. OG Ingenuity, 73% bonus gained from equipped rings. I think this is like another 200 divines. These are just so cool. I also have one equipped, so we do have 2 of these. I don't think there's anything else noteworthy in here. I did miss something. Most of these uniques are like week 1 to like week 2 uniques. So if we look at some of these, if I hold Alt, you can see the damage range or the stat ranges are lower than what they should roll for. So these uniques were like the turbo bad ones before GGG buffed all uniques. Not all of these items are like giga bad, but some of them, again, like these are like week 1 uniques that you just can't get these anymore. And I love collecting things like this. Gloves, I don't think there's anything in here. Oh, wait a minute. OG Hand of Wisdom and Action, 3% increased attack speed per 20 dexterity. Now they are 1%, so you can't get these anymore. Boots, I don't think we have anything fancy in here. Body armor, Comb's Heart, 1000 maximum life when it should have 1500. So again, just a turbo bad unique, unbuffed. Can't get things like that anymore. I just think they're super cool to have. And you'll notice we are missing a Temporalis, an OG Temporalis, 700 divines. So this was my goal in 0.3, to farm up like 800 divines. I think I have about 750 like raw divines, and if I absolutely have to, I could probably liquidate some items, bring me to maybe like 900 plus what I have in standard. I want an OG Temporalis. I will be getting one of these eventually, even if I have to sell like an OG Ingenuity. Again, I have 2 of these, so I could get some currency there if I absolutely need to. Helmets, I don't think there's anything noteworthy. There might be, but I don't want to go through everything. Nothing is jumping out at me. Shields, again, I don't think there's anything. Oh, we have these. 575% increased effect of socketed soul cores. The 575% here, and now they only have 100%. So these are also like discontinued. Jewels, nothing fancy in here. I just have one of everything for the sake of having one of everything. No super valuable items in here or anything. Anything that I'm missing, like I said, I have in 0.3, except for like 5 or 10 items. And when that character goes to standard, I'll move anything that I'm missing into this tab. So like all the charms as well, I have these in 0.3, so we'll just move them over. And I don't think we have anything here. Nothing here. We do have some scepters. Guiding Palm, Shrine Scepter. Guiding Palm, Shrine Scepter, again. Guiding Palm, Shrine Scepter. So these are the OG Shrine Scepters. I think these are only like 5 divines apiece. Not too bad to purchase one of these, because now they have a different name, like, you know, Guiding Palm of the Eye Shrine Scepter, Guiding Palm of the Heart, Guiding Palm of the Mind. So these are, again, no longer obtainable. And if we go into this tab, we can actually take a look. I can't put the ice version in my tab. I don't have enough space for this. But this lightning one, it goes and it makes its own slot, which is just kind of weird. And this fire one also goes in here, but it doesn't make its own slot. 100% scepters, even though I'm missing 2 of them. I have no idea why that's happening. Again, I always keep my starting gear in video games. I have no idea why. I have my old lightning arrow equipment that I ran for like the first couple weeks of the game being released before I switched over to Spark Ranger. Old equipment, old jewels, really nothing fancy over here. I have 3 belts for some reason, but this next tab, also very special. So we have the Audience with the King, we have the Simulacrum, and we have the Breach Stone. So all of these items, again, you can't get these anymore. So I have 10 of these, just like I have 10 of the other 2. We have these soul cores that all use the same icon. You can't get these anymore. We actually have one in socketables. So we have this green one. I don't even want to like put these too close together. I don't want to accidentally like combine the stacks or something. So convert 20% of requirements to dexterity, and we can see it has this like green effect on it. And this one does not. They all share the same icon. We can put this one back. So pretty fancy over here. We have OG tablets from 0.1, and these just have values that are like overrolled. So 19% increased quantity, 10 uses remaining. So all of these, they don't all have like they're just tablets from 0.1. I have another one of these shields, nothing too special in here. 400% increased effect of socketed soul cores. I have 2 extra ingenuities. I have my old rarity farming gear, and with this gear we can see tier 1 rarity. They actually lowered the values, the possible values for rarity, so you can't get, you know, 62% rarity on a headpiece anymore. So that's pretty neat. And then just some old equipment, nothing too fancy. Another ingenuity just for this set. We have this shield, 618% increased effect of socketed soul cores, and we can see there's 3 soul cores in it, but there's no modifier. And that's because they removed the effect of these soul cores. These used to be rarity soul cores, and I think they changed them to gold. I think these are the gold increasing soul cores now that only work when you socket them in gloves. So again, just a couple more things that can't be obtained anymore. And then we have these random unique amulets. But the story behind these, I got these while I was purchasing items. At the time it was with Alva, because you can buy random items and there's a chance that you can get like an Astramentis, or you could get like a Headhunter if you're buying random belts. So I spent like 30 million gold and I got an Astramentis when they were like 350 diviners, which was absolutely insane. So I kept all of these unique items that I obtained during that video just for like the memories. And then we have some maps. So these maps have 2 modifiers with 0 revives available, which is pretty cool. So these are 0.1, and then like GGG made some changes to like the possible modifiers on maps, and some of them just got like straight up removed. So we have maps with 2 modifiers with 0 revives, and we can see it has like monster pack size, magic monsters, rare monsters, item quantity, item rarity, and gold. So there's 6 things I don't even know what this area on an item is called. It's not like the implicit, it's not the enchant, it is above. Okay, so just in this area, there's 6 things. And all of these maps have 0 revives with 6 things up there. This one has 3 modifiers, 2 unique modifiers. This one only has 5 things. This one has 6 things with 10 modifiers on the map, or 10, I'd say, rows of text. You can get 11. I think with Desecration, you might even be able to get more, but in 0.3, I do have some maps with 11, like, rows of modifiers, so these might not be too special now. And then these final 3 maps, these just have High Delirious. I used to run these with hideouts for the absolute insane amount of drops that you can get. Just some extra old tablets. I don't think these are anything special. And then these logbooks are also not special. I just have nowhere else to put them. And these tabs are empty. So that is my stash. All of the unique items that I have, all of the unobtainable items that I've collected. And yeah, again, I just like collecting things that cannot be obtained anymore. I think they're just so cool to have. I mean, you should see my RuneScape bank. There's some stuff in there too. But yeah, I think that's going to be just about it for today. So, as always everyone, take care.